Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Learn with Randy. So today we have here this chilled water unit. So this chilled water unit is composed of this two scroll compressor and this heat exchanger, and then this chilled water tank and the control unit. So we'll start explaining about this control unit. This control unit controls the cooling tower. So basically we have the fan on top of the cooling tower outside, and then we have this pump 1, pump 2, pump 3. So for the cooling tower, there are two cooling towers. The cooling towers, the one cooling the hot gas from this heat exchanger. So these two heat exchanger, one is for the purpose of cooling the water for the supply to the aging tank. Okay, the output chilled water. And this other heat exchanger is for the discharge. So basically the hot gas, when it flows here, it will cool down because there is a water circulating here going out to the cooling tower. The cooling tower will cool down the hot water, and that hot water become cold and will pass through this heat exchanger. So this heat exchanger acts like a condenser, external condenser. So rather than condenser, this design is heat exchanger. So the water is passing through the heat exchanger, and it is being cooled down by the cooling tower. Okay, so controller for the pump, controller for the fans, and this is controlling for the compressor and temperature setting. So the set point is 4 degrees, 4.5. So at 4.5 the compressor will cut off, and if suppose initial start, both of the compressor will run. When it reaches the temperature, one compressor will on standby and the other will continuously run to sustain the temperature. That is the design. So I came here, I checked the system, I found there is a error, and I opened the unit. I found that there is a gas leakage here. So there is a problem with the suction valve. The suction valve is releasing gas. So after some time, it released the gas to almost empty. Now I am charging it from this R410 gas. I got the right pressure, and then I restart the unit. Okay, so let me show you. This is the chilled water tank. The chilled water tank is being pumped towards the aging tank to cool down those aging tank to a plus 4 degrees, so that the ice cream mix will not spoil. And let me show you the cooling tower from outside. So these are the two cooling towers, cooling tower 1, cooling tower 2, the fan control 1, fan control 2. So the water is transferring here, and it's being cooled by the fan, and then it goes back to the heat exchanger. And this is for the repelling of water to the tank. So basically inside here there is a float ball, where if the level of water is low, the float ball will be open and the water will repel until it reaches the maximum level. When it reaches the maximum level, the float ball will open or will close, and the water will not flow inside. This is for the pressure, pump pressure. So pump regulation pressure. So you have the pressure switch here and the mechanical pressure switch. So both of them are relatively connected to the controller. If there is no flow of water, then the heat exchanger will become icy. It will become overcooled. So this is the protection. The system is monitoring the pressure of the flow of the pump, and seeing whether it is the chilled water is flowing to the discharge tank or the aging tank. and returning back to the chilled water tank. So it's only a matter of circulation. From the normal room temperature water, it will go to the heat exchanger, and from the heat exchanger it will be pumped up to the inlet, and then when it goes to the tank will cool, and then the water will return. It will return back to the tank. So the same, it circulates. Okay, so this is the controller. So if I control this pump one of the contactor, this Q20 will turn on, and then Q30 for the pump 2, Q40 for the pump 3, and on. And this is the controller for the pump. So it controls this U1, controls the pump RPM. If it requires more cooling in the system, this will turn in high speed. If the chiller or the aging tank receives the right temperature of 4 degrees or 4.5 degrees, then the motor will start to slow down. Okay, so the controller, this is the power supply, 220, 240 to 13.8 volt, controlling the coil of the contactors, the control voltage. Okay, so what we have here, this is the supply incomer, and it will go to these circuit breakers, and then feed to the contactors, to the breaker, and then after the breaker it will go to the contactors, and then to the load. These are the relay, micro relay for the input and output of the controller, and these are all the switches. This is the main cut-off switch and selector switch to turn on and off. These are all the indicators. If there is a failure, the auxiliary contact of this contactor will give signal to the failure indicator. Okay, now going to the pump, to the chilled unit. So we have the controller here, the Dixel controller, and then we have the main isolator, the contactor. Contactors are here. These are soft starter or breaker in case it overloads, and you have some fuses here, delay timer, and all this, the transformer, step down to transformer for the control voltage, and the Dixel controller. So basically when you start the unit, it will collect all the input. If all the input is okay, there is interlocking that needs to be on first. Once it is on, this can be started. So it will start 2 compressor, and then the refrigeration system will kick in to cool. So again, this is for cooling of the water, chilled water, and this is for cooling the discharge or return gas. There is no condenser. They are using, for this design, they are using a heat exchanger plus the cooling tower. Okay, so I recharge the gas. This is the suction and the discharge. Suction is blue, discharge is the red, which is the hot pipe. Okay, and this is our service port. Okay, so if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and hopefully you learn something out of this long drive from Abu Dhabi. And I got an emergency call to service this unit because they have an ice cream inside the aging tank. It will spoil if the chiller is not working, chilled water. Again, thank you for watching. If you reach this far, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you, and God bless everyone.